Good morning, everybody. Today is day 9. Wow, this time has gone by fast. It's day 9 for the challenge in my smaller group, and in this particular Mary's Mini, which has been a rice mini. I'm feeling pretty good. Not cooking as much as I would have liked to have cooked. I'm dealing with some allergies and working late and trying to spend a little bit more time out of the boot for my broken toe, and it's been going okay, but when I get home I want to put my foot up, ice my toe, so I'm still eating a lot of steamed vegetables with my rice. Only cooked once. Made a nice big pot of the okra and mushroom stew. That was so delicious. But I have not made my fried rice yet, and a few other things that I want to try to make. I'm definitely yearning for my potatoes, that's for sure. But it's been going okay. Not perfect. Definitely not perfect. And when we have the type of metabolism that I have, when it's not perfect, it tends to make things not go so well. But I'm moving forward. Because the thing about it is this. If you stop, then there will be no more progress. But if you keep moving forward, regardless of the few indiscretions that occur along the way, a few bumps here and so on, you'll continue to move forward. A pound here, 2 pounds there, they add up. They truly, truly do. You know, I'm looking back on this series of Mary's Minis that I've been doing. And so far, I'm solidly back down 18 pounds. Now, if I would not have had a few gains along the way, it could have been close to 30. No, probably not that much. But what I'm trying to say is this. When we have a tendency to move forward with whatever it is that we're doing with our weight, and then we have a setback, that is not the time to quit. Setbacks are not the time to quit. Setbacks just happen because we make poor choices. Sometimes people say, well, you know, I had this thing that came up, or, you know, that sort of thing. Well, regardless of what comes up in our lives, we still have choices. And sometimes we make really good choices, and sometimes we make not so good choices. But if we understand that some of those not so good choices, you know, can give us a little setback, but understand, just keep moving forward, because the minute that you stop, then you're finding yourself starting all over again. And if you don't want to keep starting all over again, stop ending whatever it is that you're doing. Quit stopping. It's okay. It's okay if things don't always go perfectly well. It's, you know, that is what life is all about. This time of year makes it really, really difficult, especially for teachers. But there again, we're still faced with choices. And as long as we continue to move forward, say to ourselves, okay, that was choice number 15, that wasn't that great. Make choice number 16 a good one. And then hopefully choice number 17 will be a good one, and so on. And so it's just one of those things that's just, it's a day-to-day thing as far as his weight loss is concerned. It's not always perfect. Sometimes it can be, sometimes it can go really well for some people. I would like to say it's going pretty well for me. In the course of, what is it, the last 2 months, I'm down, 18 pounds. That's not bad. Uh, I'm living my life out loud and I'm noticing the ups and the downs. But when I look at the beginning and then I look at now, I'll take this. I'll take this. And I know I'm going to have a drop this time. It's not going to be significant. I haven't been perfect, but I am going to have a drop this time. And that makes me feel good to know that. Sometimes we know it. Sometimes we can feel it, Weight loss is one of those things that some people can handle it so well. Other people, it's just a little bit hard. And some of us, when it is a little bit hard, we get into a groove where it's going along very, very, very nicely. I'm just looking forward to getting back to some other variety of foods right now. and I like the use of the Mary's Minis to keep me focused, to keep me where I need to be as far as not going off with a whole bunch of other options. But sometimes, especially like lately, last week, a little bit over the weekend, I just have a tendency to make poor choices. And I made a few poor choices this time. Not as bad as it could have been. Because, see, this is the deal. I could say, oh, well, I'm just not good at this. I quit. I'll start again on the 1st of the year. How many times have you said that in October, right? Or it's about to become November and we're about to start all of this stuff. Everything seems to start right at the end of October. And then you say, oh, well, I'll just start again in January, right? And what happens when you give yourself permission to quit trying for a couple of months? Because it's the holidays, because, there are way too many temptations than you feel like dealing with. Well, what occurs is that you end up stopping 2 months, and then January comes along, you are having to start all over again. That's not a good place to be. That's when the emotional stuff starts to set in as well. And we're like, oh, why did I do this to myself? Now, I beat myself up when I have a bag of chips, right? That's my problem. My problem is snacky stuff. And, and I've beaten myself up about that every single time it happens. But man, if I gave myself permission to just quit right now, I would end up being sick when January comes around if I were to quit. I can't do that. I can't allow myself to do that. I'm not a perfect person, but I am definitely going to continue to move forward with whatever it is that I'm going to do. I'm going to continue to move forward because I have to lose this weight. I need to get to a healthy weight, and I'm not going to allow myself to quit. Always remember why you started. And if you say to yourself, oh, I'm going to, I'll just stop over the holidays and start again. What you're doing is truly starting all over again. That's not a good place to be. We will be in that perpetual state of starting all over again. And if you don't want to start all over again, stop quitting. And it's kind of as simple as that. You may go through 4 Mary's Minis, cycles of Mary's Minis, and, you might drop quite a bit, and then all of a sudden you just decide to take some time off, and then you end up gaining back a little bit. Just look at that as a bump in the road, and then get back on whatever it is that you need to do. At the beginning with the Mary's Minis, it was really giving me some focus. Lately, I don't know what's going on with me, but I'm going to try my best to evaluate this. But in the meantime, I am moving forward. I'm not going to quit. So if you feel like you want to quit, don't. Don't do it. just look at this as a major battle that you're in the middle of, a major war, really, composed of a whole bunch of little battles. And the next time you're faced with a challenge, see if you can push through. I have encountered more good choices than bad choices. Way more good choices than bad choices. And that's a good thing. But if you quit, then you're not even thinking about it. You're allowing yourself not to have that battle in your mind, But if we got this thing that we need to do, such as this weight loss is concerned, don't give yourself that option. Make it uncomfortable. We find ourselves in this thing called that cognitive dissonance, right? Where we do things that we know we're not supposed to do, but we do it anyway, and then we end up feeling bad about doing it. Yeah, feel bad. Feel bad about doing things, and then hopefully the next time you're faced with a choice to pick something up that you have no business having, that cognitive dissonance may be hard enough where you'll not want to do it the following time. The day is filled with 100 different decisions. Everything that we do is a decision. Don't allow yourself not to have to make decisions. Don't give yourself that license to decide that you just don't want to have to make choices. Make it difficult for yourself. Make it uncomfortable for yourself. Maybe we'll make better choices. We'll make more good choices than bad choices. But don't quit. Don't just say, I'm going to stop until after the new year. If you do that, you're going to start all over again. I am not going to start all over again. What I've started doing is I've started watching documentaries again. I watched Forks Over Knives again last night. I had papers to grade. I put those things aside and I turned on Forks Over Knives because I feel like I need that mental feeding again. Sometimes that helps. I remember when I first started in eating whole food plant-based. This was in December of 2016, about 3 years ago. And there was this one show that I used to watch over and over and over. And it was the one with Joe Cross with the Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. I've never been very successful with what he did, but it's just watching his perseverance that gave me the motivation to keep going, because it's not easy. If it's not easy for you to say, okay, I'm going to eliminate all animal products. I'm going to eliminate oil from my eating. I'm going to eat mostly whole foods and plants and stay away from the processed foods. It's easy to say. It's hard to do. The animal products with me was not hard. That part wasn't hard. When I found out what happens to your body when you put animal products in it, that part wasn't hard. It's the processed stuff sometimes. It's that snacky stuff that I have a problem with. And I'm going to tell you something. It's time for me to start going back to the gym again. I was able to walk around yesterday without my boot at school. I'm going to go through this week and see how... Hey, I'm back. I have to remember to turn my alarm off while I'm doing these videos. I'm so sorry for getting cut off before. But that was probably my cue to go on and stop because I was just rambling and rambling. But listen, guys, y'all have a wonderful day. And if you get frustrated, I just have one piece of advice. Don't quit. Don't quit. Y'all have a good day. Bye-bye.